This is my mission proposal for the Phantom Scout brief. Um, for the general overlook of the world, we'll start there. Uh, I felt like the brief was really pushing us to push the game off planet with the evil Earth Protectorate and the rebel colonists. So I looked at Mars being the sort of centre of a lot of hot topics at the moment. However, I didn't want just a bland sort of desert wasteland environment, especially being temperate. So I've started to lean towards these more sort of biodomes within the sort of sci-fi realm. Um, Really, the concept of the mission was a big contention point. The assault, recon, and stealth breakdown, looking at those three different classes. Um, there was a couple of different ways that obviously this could be approached, that I highlight here, but on the right hand side. But really, after thinking about it, instead of doing a more class-based system that the player would be choosing and sort of having a level that the player would run through, I felt like the approach of building sort of three sort of separate paths that can be undertook completely by player choice, which is outside of the realm of them sort of choosing a class and allowing sort of the more opportunity that the mission gives them to choose the play style that they wanted to approach the mission with. I was probably going to use a piece of equipment to help aid those archetypes, which I'll go into a little bit more detail in a second. But back onto the world. So this is Mars, but in the 2189. So it's a very recently terraformed Mars, in my take on this. And this Eden Project style habitat, being one of the first buildings on Mars, is no longer in use, and so this is a derelict, broken down biodome. Uh, Proposal for the start of the actual mission, how I would show that information to the player regarding those three archetypes, by putting them in a very small little bunker where maybe a forward scout has left the information for this mission. There could be a map of the zone, which outlines where stashes for the equipment for recon, stealth, and assault has been placed. The player then, naturally knowing the location of each of those, would choose what they would prefer to use for the mission, which by making them a one-way track zone to each three of the different stashes, they would naturally then have chosen without sort of, doing it within a menu and doing it within gameplay instead. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the gameplay, really.